All right, great. All right, guys. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of things here. I want to kind of share some free information, some kind of advice that we've given over the recent at the NLCLB down in Miami, and kind of go over some of that and the things that we've shared with folks to give you some real value and talk about ways that you can grow your business. We're real excited about it. What we've done, we launched this program down in Miami. Had a great response so far, getting tremendous results for the people that we're working with now. And we finally started, we decided to hire a few more folks to bring it to more people. And that's what we're offering today, although it is very limited because this is not our main business. I am a broker like you guys. We have done this because we've been successful and we want to help. It's gratifying to us to help other people be successful, and that's what we're trying to do here. So looking forward to helping you guys. Be sure to take notes and make a note of that email that you see on the screen there, support@flexmarkconsulting.com. That's the entity that we've set up for this particular part of our business where we're helping you grow your business. So support@flexmarkconsulting.com. All right. So let's go through it. We want to help you not just survive, but thrive, whether your first year or even if it's not your first year, how to grow your business. Okay. So let's make sure I can get off there. All right. Who am I and why am I talking to you? My name is Johnny Padgett. I was the 2017 Broker of the Year at the NACLB. We have, let's see, something's wrong with my screen here. How am I advancing here? There we go. Okay. And I spoke at both the 2017 and 2018 conference and probably met a number of you there. Again, the reason that we are able to share stuff with you is because we have done thousands of transactions. We want to share and help you learn how to do the same. We have a 5-star reputation with Google. That's important to us. And I know that's important to you in the way you build your business as well. As you start out, we all come from the same place. We all started the same way. And it's scary when you start a new business. First of all, to be interactive, if you guys can open up the chat and interact with us, it'll be better for all of us. How many of you how many years have you been in the business? If you can type into the chat box and let us know so we can kind of tailor it to what you're doing now. All right. Some of you are new. Anybody been in more than a year or two? All right. Okay, we see 4 months, 18 months, a year and a half. So most of you are fairly new, and that's good. That's fine. It's scary though, isn't it? When you're first getting started, there's a lot of hesitation. It sounds like a good idea when you get started, but then the reality wakes up. How am I going to survive this business? What am I going to do? You've taken on new risks. You're owning your own business now. Your family's depending on you, right? You invested a lot of money when you went to get trained. How many of you were trained through the CCTG course? If you can interact and see that. Commercial Capital Training Group. Okay. Looks like at least a few of you were. Okay, good. And that's a great course. Super. I love Chris and those guys, and they do a great job. It's expensive though, isn't it? And you want to start making that money back and you want to get going. And it does take a while. So I certainly understand that. I've been there. All right. We started in 2013. It took us a while to get going ourselves. So, but we eventually hit our stride. And like I say, have been successful ever since. And I know you can do that as well. At first clients are hard to find, aren't they? You question yourself, did I do the right thing? Am I going to succeed at this? It's not quite as easy as you first thought. Maybe the market's changed. Maybe this is, it was good at the time, but maybe it's just, there's some excuses or different things. There's no good clients in my town. We come up with all that kind of stuff. There's too much competition. Well, you know what? Don't panic. It's not impossible and you can succeed at this. But on the other hand, you got to stop making excuses and operating out of fear. In order to be successful, you've got to proactively take the necessary actions to succeed. And that's going to be the key to anything, guys. You've got to take action. Giving 10 times the effort you think it's going to take is what it will take. Okay. Speaking of 10X, so those of you who have heard me speak before, I am a big fan of the 10X rule. It's a book by Grant Cardone. And if you read my email and the invitation, I mentioned it again. I don't get anything out of recommending this book other than the satisfaction of knowing that it really helped me, and I think it will help you in your business. I strongly recommend that you get it, listen to it, and take action. It's just an audio book. I would do it on audio, and I like to listen to it at 1.5 or 2 times speed because I like to get things done. But as it says, success is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens because of you and because of the actions that you take. Listening to that 10X rule will get you in the right mindset so that you can implement the tools and resources that we or anyone else is going to give you. If you get nothing out of this webinar, is I want you to act now. Start taking actions, whether you work with us or not. You really need to learn to start taking actions. Stop overthinking things. Stop worrying about making a mistake. It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Stop over preparing before you talk to that client. Stop procrastinating. Constant action, even when you make mistakes, is always going to be better than no action at all. You don't have to be perfect when you're talking to a client. I'm not perfect on this webinar, and I'm not going to worry about it, okay? You've got to keep moving forward. I don't do a lot of webinars. I'm here to help you guys. So again, you don't need to worry about being perfect. What you need to do is worry about taking action and moving forward, all right? The bad news is success is not easy, and it's going to be 10 times harder than you thought it would be. But if you apply the 10 times the effort, you can and you will achieve it. You need to have confidence in that. The good news also is that success is not a scarcity. My success, or those of the people in the various panels I've been with, and maybe you've seen at different conferences and that kind of stuff, or the success of anybody else that you see in our business does not limit your opportunity for success in any way. It's not a limited resource that if somebody gets it, that everybody else can't have it. In fact, learning from and being around successful people creates your own success out of thin air. It does not destroy the success of others. Success breeds more success, which is why I love helping you guys, and we really want to help be the difference and you getting to where you want to be. All right, little transition there. All right, so the keys to success: commit to taking action at 10X levels. Make sure that you've got enough. These are just general principles that we're going over here. Making sure you have enough working capital to get the marketing and all the stuff that you need to do. Realizing that your network is your net worth, right? And you've heard that before, but it's certainly true. The more people that know about your business is how you're going to grow your business. Never stop marketing. Leverage your time wisely by outsourcing things that can be done more efficiently and more effectively by other people. Don't try to be all things to all people. With regard to that, you need to find the 2 or 3 niches that fit you and your market. And that's something that me and all the other panelists in the Miami conference and other conferences have told you over and over again. When you go through the CCTG course, as many of you did, you realize there's a ton of things you can do. But if you try to do them all, you're not going to do any of them well. You need to find the 2 or 3 things that you feel comfortable with, that you have a sphere of influence in, and focus on those things. Whether it's fix and flips, whether it's commercial real estate, whether it's accounts receivable financing, you find the 2 or 3 that you feel most comfortable with, and you target those niches. And then finally, always treat people the way you would want to be treated. Very important golden rule, of course. And then back to the 10X principle again. I want to emphasize that, and you're going to hear me say this over and over again. The keys to your success, whether you work with us or not, is taking immediate action. Don't procrastinate. It's the key to all the other keys. Don't over prepare. Don't worry about having all the answers before you call and start talking to prospects. That's what makes the difference and gets you successful. Stop wasting time. Stop being a victim that everything's, it's just not as good as it used to be. Take responsibility for your own success and you will have it. Commit the time, money, and effort to get whatever needs to be done now, being the operative word there. All right. So what is your niche? Focus on those 2 or 3 niches that suit your strengths. develop relationships. One of the reasons you want to do that is because that helps you develop relationships with a few key lenders in your niches. So you become more important to them. You don't want to be somebody that gives them a deal every year, once a year. You want to be giving them deals every week or every month, several a month. Then they pay attention and they'll give you better service. Work on getting repeat business. If you're not focused on a certain niche, you're going to be, one-offs here and there, and you're never going to really be able to grow that business. You've got to focus to be able to get stuff done. And then I use the example, if any of you heard me speak last time, about a sumo. If we have a contest between a sumo wrestler, a sprinter, and a marathon runner, who's going to win the contest? Well, obviously the answer is it depends on what the contest is. You've got to tailor what's your strengths. If you're a sumo wrestler, you do things strength-oriented. If you're a sprinter, you do things for speed. And if you're a marathon, you focus on endurance. And it's the same thing in business. So many of you are probably frustrated with having an empty sales calendar. It's common, especially now at this time of year. But in general, that's why you're here. That's what we talked about. And so that's what we're here to help you with. So I encourage you to outsource lead generation to the people who can do it a better job than you're doing it on your own now. If you were doing a great job of it, you probably wouldn't be at this webinar. It's the most important part of your business is the lead generation. You can't do anything if you don't have leads. Your network is your net worth. Outsource the things that can be done more efficiently and effectively by someone else. That's what we're here to do in our team, and we're going to go over that with you shortly. Spend your valuable time closing the deals. That's the most highest and best use of your time. And always remember, it's a numbers game. You have to get in front of more people, let more people know about your business. If you're working from home, which many of you do, and you try to get out networking, how often are you doing that? Are you doing it enough? You got to get in front of people constantly every single day. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to make the impact that you need to make. People aren't going to know about your business. Now, the problem is what usually happens is you'll do it for a little bit. You'll be desperate. You'll go out there and you'll market and you'll get some leads. You'll start working those leads and you're trying to close those deals. So that what happens is because you can't budget your time effectively as a one-person shop, which a lot of you guys are, you're not able to keep that consistent flow of leads coming into your business. And so you'll have good months, bad months, good months, bad months. You want to avoid that. And the way you can avoid that is have someone else do that work for you, but do it efficiently so that it's cost effective and efficient. You need to also constantly be trying to find new referral partners. It's much more beneficial to find a new referral partner than it is to always find a new client. Referral partners bring you repeat business, which is going to be the lifeblood of your business. And so that's one of the things that we offer, and it's one of the things we're talking about today, is that we offer 100% done-for-you lead generation services so that we can give you that constant daily flow of potential leads and referrals. And we target that based on, like we said, you tell us what your niche is. We'll help you define your niche if you're still wondering what you should do. We'll interview you and talk to you and help guide you in that process. But we're going to do that every day for less than the cost of even a VA, meaning a virtual assistant, or much less than the cost of hiring a full-term person. So don't just sit there and waiting for the phone to ring. That's not going to happen. It takes action, as we talked about. Many of you are using things like Google AdWords, and it's not that it can't get some results, but I'd like to get some feedback from you guys now. It can be expensive. I mean, you can easily run up a $1,500 bill a month on Google AdWords. For those of you who have done Google AdWords, what is your, the leads are fairly expensive. Are you getting good results? Are you getting quality results? If you can give me some feedback on that. Okay. Some of you say that you've got some results, not always positive. A lot of times they're tire kickers and different things like that. And again, that's what happens, and it can run up and you know, people just click and it can get expensive quick. Average at best, some people say. So yeah, I agree. That's what we found as well. All right. So if you do the same old thing, you're going to get the same old results, right? So you're going to have to do something different. Stop doing what doesn't work effectively. All right. So networking actually is one of the most effective ways. It's a person-to-person business that we're in. That being said, networking can be done in different ways. Networking at parties, as this indicates here, takes a lot of time. Sometimes there's a cost to go to the networking events. It's draining. See some of these people looking around like they're trying to get in these little cliques and conversations. Usually when I go to networking events, it's something that, there's all these little cliques of people who know each other. You're trying to hand out business cards. You don't know who is what. You don't know anything about them until you start talking to them. You'll spend an hour or so going to an event, an hour, hour and a half. Maybe you hand out 10, 15 cards at the time you're there. And they may or may not be anybody that's helpful to you because you didn't know what they did. And so until you got in that little circle of friends or whatever, and so you drove there for half an hour. Is that the most effective use of the time? I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. You certainly should, but can it be done more effectively? Okay. That's the key. Whoops, gonna get off the chat box here so I can advance the screen here. Whoops, doing too fast. So what if you could do the same result of networking, but do it more effectively and more often by doing it digitally? That's what we're offering you to do, and we can do it for you. That's what's even better. We can now we can laser target who you're trying to network with and do it on a more consistent basis. Those networking events only happen every so often. You may have a once a month kind of event, and maybe there's 2 or 3 of those type of events that you can attend. Instead of spending 3 hours and getting very little results from that, what if you could do this every single day, nonstop, 5 days a week or 7 days a week if you wanted, and do it on a more targeted basis and know who you're trying to network with? Well, you'd have to find a platform to do that, and you'd have to find the time to do it. But better yet, what if you had experts that did it for you and just delivered the results to your inbox daily? That's what we're offering you today. Okay, we have the expertise to do it. We have the systems and the software to do it so that we can do that on your behalf, your particular business, your particular niche, your particular geography. We will do that for you, and I'll explain more in just a little bit. In fact, then not only do we do that, we then give you a daily rundown of the people that we've connected. We'll set up a Google Sheet activity sheet for you, and literally we will give you that every single day. We're spending, when you hire us to do this work, you're hiring us, think of us as a VA. We're going to be doing this on your behalf, generating these leads for you. We will track them. We'll put them in the spreadsheet. We will then allow you to use this to follow up with those clients. Ultimately, you're the one that's going to follow up and sell your services, but we're going to get you those leads, and we're going to give you a way to track it so that you'll have a way that you can keep up with it daily. All right. And the key is consistency. Can you do some of what we're doing on your own? You absolutely can. There's no doubt that you can. But the problem is you're not doing it now. You don't know how to do it, and you're not doing it consistently. And if you do it, will you spend the several hours a day that our experts can do for you more consistently? Is that the best use of your time? That's what it ultimately comes down to. Is it worth hiring someone full-time? Is it worth outsourcing with someone like us to do it? But if you hire someone full-time, you got to train them. You got to know how to train them. And they're way more expensive, as you know. So that's, again, the cost of hiring full-time versus outsourcing to experts. Do you want to have the payroll? Do you want to deal with all the payroll issues? You want to deal with adding benefits, time off, their attitudes, all this kind of stuff? Or you just want to hire specifically the job to get it done by people who know what they're doing, and be more efficient and more effective. That's what the cost, when you consider the cost benefits of outsourcing certain features, it's more process efficient, cost reduction, reliability, and the quality of service is better. As your person if you did it on your own, are you going to put together that spreadsheet I showed you every single day? Are you going to take the time to do that? Or would you rather just look at it and then follow up with those people? The flexibility and scaling, you don't have to worry about hiring or firing people all the time. And you can focus on your core business and what you do best and your highest value. Give me some feedback again. What's your average commission on the types of, first of all, tell me the niches you guys are in. Tell me the niches that you guys are focused on right now. If you can type in, give me some feedback here. And then with that, go ahead, do it at the same time. Tell me kind of what's your average commission checks when you get this type of, with your different niches. Like some of you do, I know, fix and flips. Some of you do commercial real estate deals. You have $10, $20, $30,000 commissions. Some of them are doing fix and flips where it's a little bit smaller if you're doing smaller stuff. But give me some feedback on types of things that you're doing. All right. So again, it varies by what you're doing. Some of you doing working capital, some of you doing commercial real estate. There's the also fix and flips. Some of you do merchant cash. So again, the good thing about this business is the commissions are fairly high. You can get pretty good commissions when you get it. So your ROI is good. Your return on investment is good when you get these checks. You just got to find the people, right? That's the key. You definitely need the leads, and you only need a few leads to start being profitable. And that's the key. To turn a few leads into clients and you start becoming pretty profitable. You just need a few deals a month, right? Depending on the type of deals you're doing. All right, great. So one person in here says doing hotels as well. $140,000 commission checks and that kind of stuff. So again, the numbers are big, and that's why you went into this business. Now you just need to get the leads and keep that deal flow coming, that pipeline filled, and that's what we're here to help you with. So sometimes you just need a helping hand to get where we want to be from those that are already there. We've been there, we've done that, we've struggled when we first got started, we've kind of come up the mountain, and we want to help you get there, okay? So let us help you do that. You only have two options. You can make progress or make excuses. Again, it's all about taking action. How are you going to decide to invest in your business this next year? We're basically at 2019, a few days away. It's Christmas time. Really want to encourage everybody, as I said at the beginning, some of you maybe joined late, spend time at Christmas enjoying your family. Enjoy that time with your family, but also is a good time to plan. Plan for next year. How are you going to invest in your business? If you do the same things, you're going to get the same results. So how are you going to be different this year? What are you going to do to make your business be the best year it's ever had and really take off and become that business you always wanted it to be? Again, if you don't have a full sales calendar, we're going to help solve that for you today. So again, when you consider it, if you could get somebody to do something for you that increases your business and it costs you less than you could do it yourself, then it's really a no-brainer to move forward, right? So that's what we do. We have this system down to a science, and we do the done-for-you lead generation. We're going to basically help you target your niches. We'll reach out to those people, and then we're going to take those connections, and we're going to help you through LinkedIn primarily, because that's what we have focused on, and we'll go through that in more detail here in a second, so that you can find the people that are wanting and need your services, and we're going to put you in front of thousands and thousands of those people over the course of the year. 18,000 on average is how many we're going to put you in front of in your geography, in your target. All right, so how do we do it? First of all, we're going to help you position as your authority in your personal business niche. We're going to help you get inbound requests, because we're going to reach out to people from your outbound LinkedIn marketing campaigns. We'll get them to call you and set appointments with you. And we're going to land all the new customers or clients that you can personally handle. Why do we focus on LinkedIn, some might ask? LinkedIn is absolutely the best for business networking. And that's what I talked about before when we talked about the networking events. LinkedIn is an online networking event every single day, 24/7. It's amazing. By using the advantage of that, you can literally go to these networking events at a fraction of the cost. And frankly, you don't even have to do it. We're going to do it for you on a consistent basis and spend hours a day tracking those people, updating them, reaching out to the right people. in doing that for you and giving you the spreadsheet and the lead trackers to follow up with them as they follow up with you and as they email you and respond to you that we're doing for you. But in general, LinkedIn is, people are joining every 2 seconds. The average salary of LinkedIn is $112,000, much better and more business focused people than just your average Twitter or Facebook people. And that's who we as loan brokers, that's who we're going after, business owners. There really is a gold mine in LinkedIn, but most people are really clueless about it. Most of you, probably don't use LinkedIn the way you should. How many of you think that you would consider yourself an expert at LinkedIn or new or kind of in the middle? Give me some feedback. A little bit of mixed. LinkedIn is not a fad. Facebook, boy, they've got a ton of problems in the. You haven't heard as much of the problems in the social media with LinkedIn recently as you have with these others. Not saying that LinkedIn couldn't have one down the road, but right now Facebook's taking a hit in the markets and everything else because of that. LinkedIn is more business oriented. It doesn't seem to have the same type of problems. Facebook is really changed their model a lot, and it's always moving and changing and stuff. But LinkedIn, has been making people rich, and it's never going to go away. It's just a business networking place that is it's made for business, and it's a great resource if you learn how to use it. All right, so how do we take advantage of that? What we're going to do, as we said before, we're going to laser beam target your prospects. We're going to talk with you and consult with you. We're going to find out exactly who you want to find out, who you want to meet virtually, and then we're going to meet them virtually. We're going to connect with them, and we're going to do that for you through the LinkedIn prospect. We'll direct message your perfect prospect, generate a call or meeting so that they will actually sign up. We'll set up a Calendly link system for you so that they can actually make an appointment directly on your system, and you can get to tell them more about your business and try to get those deals actually flowing through. All right. After seeing the results of the people that we've already worked with just in the short time that we've launched this, we've got, like I said, we've got tremendous results, and I'll share some of that with you. And you decide to take on our services, you're going to receive the following. You're going to get a free profile, a $250 value profile makeover as part of our one of our ongoing services. We'll do the perfect audience targeting for you and your particular niche and what you want to do. We'll be doing somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 reach outs per month. Now think about that. That's per month based on the people you want to target, not random people here, but the people you want to target, your geography, your niche. We're going to do that for you, which adds up to 12,000 people or 24,000 people a year, depending on the plan that you choose. When you think about the sheer number, sales is a numbers game, as you know. We're going to be 12 to 24,000 more people knowing about your business by the end of the year than know about it now. So tremendous. I mean, there's just nothing else. Try to think of anything else that you can do as cost effectively when you see what the cost is. There is nothing that even remotely is close to what you can do with this and the exposure you're going to get for your business. The daily lead tracker spreadsheet that I showed you before to keep track of and keep up with your follow-ups. We'll message your new connections for you. So again, you're not having to do this. All you're having to do is answer the phone call or make the appointment or follow up with the people that do connect with you. And then one of our platinum program does email follow-up, which doubles the results. But unfortunately, that's sold out right now. We don't have any availability on that option at this point. But it is done for you, business to business, LinkedIn lead generation. That's what we do. With every program, you get the profile makeover. Like I said, it's a powerful profile makeover by a certified LinkedIn marketing specialist to make you present yourself as best as possible. Compelling headline designed to stand out and attract interest. Oops, and I'm covering up with my chat. I can't read it. The profile summary, which is really effective to let them know when they see on your LinkedIn page who you are, what you do, and how you can maybe help them and how you can help each other. And that's the key. Then I got to get back out of that so I can advance the page. All right. We'll help you give relevant keywords and that kind of stuff so people can find you as well. And then also there's places where we can add media to capture their attention. All right. So what do some of our current clients are saying? so far. And again, we've just launched this a few months ago, opened it up to other people. We've been using this for a while, but they're extremely happy with the service. The lead tracker spreadsheet that tracks daily leads is a great resource. So I've been telling everyone I know that they need to get this service from Flexmark if they want to grow their business. I received over 1,000 new contacts that were specifically targeted to potential clients in just the first month alone. That otherwise would have never known about my business. In the first month, I've been able to get 4 new fix and flip opportunities so far. I was able to set up a dinner with a commercial real estate agent. It looks like it may lead to multiple deals over the next few months. So you can see just in the short time that some of our folks have already been using the service, they're getting tremendous results, and there's many more examples of this. This is going to work for you, and it works even better over time. As you know, the numbers keep adding up exponentially. If we reach out to 1,000 people or 1,500 people the first month, and you do that month after month, that's 3,000 the next month, 4,500 the next month. And again, if 1,500, that's 18,000 people we're reaching out to on your behalf in the course of a year. And you can see how that snowballs. So we have 3 different programs. Okay, we have the silver program, which is the more baseline. You have to do a little bit more work on your own. And that program will laser target the prospects, do the weekly coaching for the first 30 days to let you know how to use it and how to make effective use of what we're doing for you. In that case, we're going to be doing 1,000 reach outs per month. Okay, again, 12,000 per year, and that's the low level of what we do. Puts you in front of your perfect prospects. We'll also do a super boost. If you're new to LinkedIn, we'll do a way that we can get you hundreds of connections immediately so that you don't look like you're a beginner. All right, apologize for that. Let me turn that on. And let me turn that down so it doesn't interrupt us here. I apologize for that. All right. And we'll do the custom invitation messaging. And again, the free professional profile makeover, which is a $250 value. Normally what we charge on that is $997 a month, which compared to, as we said, you could easily spend $1,500 a month just on the Google AdWords. You try hiring a VA to do this. This is taking several hours that we're doing this for you. You hire a VA, it's going to cost you more than that for sure. But we are offering a special on this webinar, but the normal cost of that is $997 a month. The gold program is, the investment is $1,500 a month. Laser targeting of your ideal prospect. Again, weekly coaching, same, but this, instead of 1,000, it's 1,500 per month. So that's 18,000 people, 50% more, 18,000 people per year. Put you in front of your perfect prospect, super boost, custom invitation message, and then the big difference is also, besides doing 50% more reach outs, we're also going to do the call to action and the prospecting and daily new connections. We're going to do that second follow-up, and we're going to track them with that tracker. That's one of the big differences between the gold and the silver, is that tracker spreadsheet that I showed you. That's part of the gold program, and the fact that we're doing multiple follow-ups with them. Okay, so if there's any questions about that, we can answer that later. The periodic call to action and follow-up with existing connections. All right. Again, this is what I mentioned before with the tracker. That's how we do that, and you'll have access to that on Google Sheets. So you'll see that, and we're doing that every single day for you, so that it's constantly updated and constantly know what you need to follow, who and what you need to follow up with. A platinum program, which is temporarily sold out, so I'm going to go through this really quickly. It's the same things at first, except we're doing 2,000 reach outs, 24,000 a year. Same as the gold, except when you get to we do email nurturing in addition to that, which really helps to double your responses, which is why this program is so valuable. But because it takes so many more resources of ours, we don't have the availability to offer that right now with what we've already sold out of that, normally $2,500 a month. So what is the difference? What is our special right now? We're taking $500 from now till the end of the year only. And then again, let me emphasize this, guys. I know a lot of times you're on a webinar and it's a sales process. Oh, we have a limited number of spots. It truly is that in our case. We are not a huge corporation. We do not have a massive staff of people who do this. We train people hands-on. We want to deliver good customer service to you. We're just a simple broker like you who have found good systems that work, and we're offering this to a very, very limited number of people. We've trained additional staff. We brought on several new staff to do this to help you guys. And we want to help you succeed. That's really our goal. But in order to do that, we have offered this special one-time pricing, and we're only offering this periodically. We are not open to joining all the time. Again, we have another business that we run, but I have people specifically for this. And again, we want to provide a value and a service to you that is well worth it. And so if you don't get in, I'm just trying to tell you, we only have a few spots that we're able to do. And if you don't get in by the end of the year, it may be several months before we decide to train more people and add more people to it, because it does take a lot of time. It's several hours per day for every client that we bring on. So it is very labor intensive for us, but the benefits are tremendous. And let me also mention this, that it's not something that is here now, but we are developing this. The clientele that we have that we bring on in doing this, we're going to offer other things in addition to what I'm about to introduce you with Michael, and some advantages that he's going to bring to you that we're going to throw in for anybody who does the gold program. We are going to also looking at bringing on some additional things. For instance, I am doing some, which is not available now, but I want to mention these type of things we're looking at for clients is we do some private lending. We're putting a fund together to do some private lending. Now, I don't want you to make your decision based on this. I'm just trying to give you ideas on what we're doing in the future, where you wouldn't have to go to a Lima One or an RCN. We're putting together our own private funds. We've got a lot of high net worth people that we deal with who want to lend directly. And again, we're looking at putting together a fund for our clientele only to do something like that. But again, that's down the road. Don't make your decision based on that. Gold program, again, now at this time, we've discounted that to only the $9.97. My screen's covered up that part, but I'm assuming it's $9.97. I've got the little controls there. All right. So again, another $500 discount, and the platinum program also. In fact, I think we had even a $500 discount on that as well, but that one is sold out right now. So what's your next step? What do you do from here? You have to make a decision, like we talked about in the 10X rule. And I hope I want to ask, how many of you saw my email when I talked about the 10X rule and already downloaded it? I'd like to know if the ones that already download or have already read the 10X rule. Just give me some feedback. Some of you have. All right. Again, I really encourage you guys to do that, whether you work with us or not, whether you want us to help you grow your business. If you do nothing else over the course of this holiday season, take the 5 or 6 hours. And if you do it on 2 speed or 2x speed or 1.5 speed, which I do, you can do it in like 3 hours, which is, while you're traveling to your in-laws. Listen to that. You will get tremendous benefit of that on how you can take action and move forward in your business. Again, whether you work with us or not, I want you to succeed. I really do. And I really encourage you to read that book or listen to that book on audio, because I think you can do it faster that way. All right. So if you don't do it, when do you decide what to do? Don't be one of those that procrastinates. Don't say, well, I might do it tomorrow, and literally, guys, this is not a sales gimmick. We literally don't have the ability to keep doing this. And we're not in sales mode all the time. Like, this is a part that we're offering to people because we want to help. But we don't just offer this every day. We get people up and running. We have these little periods where we're going to open it up, then we're going to close it down and fulfill those for several months. Then we may open it up again when we train more people. So I do want you to understand that it is a limited time and limited availability. So you do need to act fast. And in fact, anybody who has if you remember our email, support@flexmarkconsulting.com, go ahead and email me as soon as you can, because I'll take those in order as far as if we run out of room right now and whether there's a waiting list or not. You do need to go ahead and do that to kind of say you'll get first shot if you email me first, or if you haven't already signed up or whatever, do that. I strongly recommend that. And let me say this too, and I know this may sound funny, but we don't necessarily take every client that wants to sign up with us. And the reason that is, in fact, at the show, we talked out a couple of people who wanted to sign up with us. We talked them out of it because we didn't feel it was the right fit at this time. We want it to be good for you and good for us. And if you maybe aren't ready yet, you don't feel like you have the capacity to handle the deal flow we're going to give you, or you're not quite sure enough of what your niche is, we're going to talk to you. We want it to be a good fit. We don't want to take your money. That's not what we do. We want you to be successful. We want to do it at the right time. So we'll talk to you if you sign up. We're going to basically interview you and talk to you and make sure that it's a good fit. All right. And let's see here. If you're not going to do it now, when are you going to do it? Don't put it off, guys. Again, go back to the 10X rule. You decide what you're going to do, whether it's this or anything else that you're going to do the next year, and take action. Just move. If you're not going to, it's better to take action and make a wrong decision than to not act. All right, so if you're ready to see similar results as those that I already shared with you, now's the time to claim your free profile makeover and get started. Email us at support@Flexmark Consulting. Say, I'm in, I want to go. Let's get started. Or you can go directly to, again, we're changing over our website. Michael has, we created this specific website for this particular part of our business, which we told you about was just launched recently. And Michael has been helpful in getting us to set that up. But there's a few, it's a temporary thing, whereas we're redoing that now. But you can go directly to flexmarkconsulting.com/lead dash packages.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick, I'm just going to let you know that, you mentioned the fact that we rolled this out in Miami. And so our landing page, which I put into the chat box for everybody, is a link, a URL, flexmarkconsulting.com/Miami is still active.
Okay.
And it has the actual page, the packages with the discounts applied right there.
Okay.
So,
Great.
if you guys want, you can look right in the chat box. The URL's right there. That's a shortcut just to be able to get directly there if you want to get signed up on those packages that are available.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Michael. All right. So again, there's a duplicate thing. I think either one will work, but use the one Miami. He said that works, and he's the expert on that. So I will go with Michael's. And if you want my phone number to call me directly and ask any questions, I'll go ahead and give that to you. I'll put it in the chat box here. Let me do that, which is 205-479-0001, 205-479-0001. Let me put that in the chat box. But again, guys, we do not have very much availability. So if you want to, you need to get signed up quickly. It'll come down at the end of the year, these prices and stuff anyway. It'll go up $500. But if we have any availability at that time, I don't anticipate that we will. And so I encourage you to go ahead and get signed up before the end of this call. Let's see here. I'm not sure what all else I have left, and I'm about to turn it back over to you. I think there was just a couple of more things. If I get back out of here. If some of you are saying, hey, I don't have the funds, I'd like to do it, but I'm not sure I have the funds to, $1,000 sounds like a lot. It is if you're not doing any business. But if you're going to get business, that's what you have to spend money to make money, okay? So do you have the cash flow to make it work? If you don't, but you have good credit, we can help you with that. We're one of the nation's largest that uses the working capital that LendCredit and others do, and we have a special way we can get you a discount on that. So if you don't have enough cash reserves, you don't have enough runway, you think, well, I don't know if it'll take for me to get going, if I can spend that, you can do it with the cash reserves. With the credit that we can get you at 0%. It's going to take longer to get started, as it always does. Let's see, I'm trying to get to where, yeah. So we can get you, depending on your credit situation, we can get you anywhere from $30, $50, $100,000 at 0% introductory rate for approximately a year. And the payments, even though it's 0% interest, would only be usually 1% of your outstanding balance. So for instance, if you have a $50,000 balance, you're only paying $500 a month, even though you spent $50,000. So break it down into even less than that. So on a $10,000 balance, that's $100 a month when you spent $10,000. So it's a huge cash flow savings for you. We can help you with that. We can help you understand it and do all that kind of stuff. If you need that to pay for the marketing for both our business or to hire additional staff or whatever you're needing to do with that, it's a great opportunity, and be sure to ask us about that. Let's see. Somebody asked, is this a 12-month commitment or month to month? It is actually what we do ask that you do it for. We recommend at least 6 months, but 3 months is really the minimum. But after that, it's month to month. We guarantee you're going to be satisfied. We want you to be satisfied. But the reality is you need to give it a chance to work if you're serious about this. And that's part of the interview process. And while we don't want people that just want to try it for a month and see what happens, because the reality is this is a long-term marketing strategy that will benefit your business. And to think you're going to get everything you want in a month, it's just not realistic. It's probably not worth your effort if that's your mindset. But you are not committed to 12 months. We want to earn your business, and we want you to be so excited that in 12 months, you're going to be renewing year after year after year, because you're spending, if you're spending 12,000, you ought to be making 24,000, 30,000, 50,000. And that's what we want you to do. So yeah, that's not a problem. And then someone also asked about, Lincred, training and that kind of stuff. You do not have to go to Lincred before this. In fact, we can help, again, we're their largest private label. And so we work closely with them, and we can help you decide if that's the right fit for you to do at this time. Sometimes people want to get started, and Tom and I have talked, Tom Gazaway, the president of Lincred, have talked about, trying to help train some people in that and kind of bring them under our wing a little bit at first as they get going before they decide to commit to the full private label, because it is fairly expensive to do that before you know that it's the right fit for you and that you're going to get that. It's not for everybody, but it is a good program. All right. Again, act now. What's the most important takeaway of everything that we've talked about is you need to take action. It's the end of the year. Don't hesitate. Constantly take immediate action. And that is the end of my section. So I thank y'all, and I'm going to turn it over to Michael, and then be sure to sign up. That's the key.
All right. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, I'll keep this brief, guys. We're kind of getting close to the top of the hour. So one of the things, just real quick, my background, I spent 15 years in the mortgage origination business on the residential side, and owned my own company in Oregon and Washington for 10 of those years. So everything I've done has been kind of sitting from your side of the desk as an originator. Did a couple of commercial loans, but was never focused in commercial in my career there, but also made a transition, owned a technology company in the Northwest, focused on driving repeat business and referrals for people really building strong foundational businesses. And then about 8 years ago, started my current company, mysmartblog.com. We're the largest content marketing provider and automation, marketing automation service provider in the real estate and mortgage space. So I partnered with Johnny to help him get started sharing this LinkedIn lead generation program with people online. And I'm going to share with you one of the segments of the work that we do, helping you be able to get more, again, repeat and referral business, as well as converting the leads that Johnny's team can start to create for you through a process. So hopefully you guys can see on your screen my my screen. I shared that. So what you see right now is kind of what I call the experienced mortgage professional's pathway to a profitable online presence. We're not going to go through all of this today, but what we've I've been able to define there are three steps that you have to take, or three levels that you have to take in your online presence to really be credible online and be able to convert clients that find you, whether it be from an offline referral or a lead generated through a service like Johnny's LinkedIn lead generation service. There's a certain number of things that you have to do. So the three phases are the credibility phase, which is kind of the foundation of it. It's what people see when they first run into you. The second level up is communication. That's how you talk with people using digital tools. And once you already have identified them and they know who you are. And then the last level is really where it gets pretty exciting. It's the connection or community phase. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is really just the raving fans component. There are 7 what I call credibility markers that you have to have in place. We're going to focus just on that raving fans section today, because there's a special offer that we have if you decide to move forward with the program that Johnny offered today. So some background for you. Ratings, reviews, and testimonials are the single most important conversion factor of anything online. And this is just a study that was done a while back by Nielsen. and they were looking at how people gain information that they trust. The number one way people get information that they trust is still recommendations from people that they know. So that's the traditional referral marketing or offline referrals. And that's still going to work really well in your business. I would encourage you to focus on strategies that support that. But the interesting thing is more recently, the number two thing, 70% of people say they trust consumer opinions posted online. And I want to tell you, sometimes you might be burdened with the fact that you get a negative review somewhere and people try to figure out, how do I fix that? How do I get rid of that? The reality is it's very difficult to get a negative review that's been posted by some other individual off of the internet. So what you really want to do is bury it with good reviews. You have to take a proactive stance and figure out ways to get more ratings, reviews, and testimonials that shine a positive light on your business. There was a study that was done and showed the magic number of those is 10. So if you can get at least 10 positive ratings or reviews in all of those kind of normal rating or review sites like Facebook reviews, Google reviews, those other places, as well as displaying them on your own website, then people don't usually go beyond the first 10 reviews. So you can usually bury that negative information. Also important as people that are in your target demographic start to trend younger. This is all the way up through the Gen X is where this really makes a difference. Was all the way up to 50 years old now. People are 2 times more likely to consider more than one resource for things like their commercial funding. And this was a big study done by Zillow. And it just showed that the silent generation, people that are more 65, 75 years of age, are only about 1 in every 3 would consider more than one provider for a service like mortgage, real estate, or commercial financing. And that trend now is millennials, which go all the way up to 35-year-olds. A lot of people that are starting businesses now looking for capital, doing a lot of investment in property investment, that type of thing, are 2 out of every 3 are willing to consider more than one person. Largely, that's defined by what they find online, because younger people are typically a little bit more astute with in terms of researching on their own online. So again, the key to this, guys, is just what Johnny was talking about before, is consistency. You have to, on every single person you do any type of work for, you want to consistently ask for ratings, reviews, and testimonials. You want to do that early and often in order to offset any opportunity people would do, especially if they have a negative experience, and go share that somewhere that you can't control. The good news is that you can automate the entire process with software. Again, this is a very special offer you're going to get on this today if you take action with Johnny's program. So what I want to introduce you is a software that we have called Testimonial Engine. It's one component of that full suite of services that we offer. And it has the ability to monitor Google, Facebook, other major review sites. It easily generates positive reviews and is able to distribute those to those sites through sharing as well. And you can also get an overview of your online reputation all in one simple dashboard. And again, a couple of things of the reasons why you need to focus on this. Whether or not you use online reviews personally, you absolutely have to pay attention, because again, they are the single most important conversion strategy when someone's considering using you online. Consumers love these things. They use them to gain insight on everything from, again, Amazon products, professional services like accountants, doctors, restaurants, dealerships, mortgage, real estate, commercial financing, all of those types of things. People have been trained that they actually can use these online reviews to be able to make decisions more effectively. And so give me a quick second here, guys. I just need to pull up something. I wanted to get some notes here that I have. Excuse me. Okay, so this is 93% of people say that they regularly look at ratings, reviews, and testimonials to be able to decide if a business is good or not. 68% of consumers say that positive reviews make them more likely to use a business. Here's the thing is, as you're thinking about this, take it back to your own experience. Do you, when you're going out looking at restaurants, or you're on Amazon looking at a product, do you go back and look at those ratings, reviews, and testimonials to make a decision? If the answer is yes, understand that's what all of your prospects are doing as well. And we've all been trained to do that. So 73% of consumers trust a local business more when they have positive ratings, reviews, and testimonials. 48% of consumers say that a business needs at least a 4-star rating or better in order to make a decision to use that business. So that's important. 77% of consumers think that reviews older than 3 months aren't relevant. So that's why it's important with every new person that you serve, you're consistently asking for updated ratings, reviews, and testimonials. And a 1-star difference in your online rating can result literally in about 5 to 9% change in revenue. That was a Harvard study that was done. So it's really important to maintain this and, more importantly, stay in control of what people find when they're looking for you online. So again, 74% of users say they won't select a company with poor reviews. I don't know about you, but when I'm on Amazon, I've been doing some Christmas shopping on there. When I look at a product online, if it has terrible reviews, I move on to something else that they suggest or do another search. If you're like me, remember that's exactly what your prospects are doing as well. If they don't find great quality information about you, they will likely be moving on to find somebody else to use for that service. And understand this too, the vacuum of information is also a negative, meaning that if you just ignore this whole process, you actually do yourself a disservice, and you actually put yourself and your business at a disadvantage to all of your competition who does invest and make sure this online presence is done correctly. So again, you can get online, get this stuff automatically done through software. Very easy to do. Positive online reviews, that equals activity, people using your business with positive results. And the second part of that recent activity is authority. It means the more recent positive reviews they have, the better quality the decision the client can make when they use you, at least in their mind. So the question is, how do you get these things automatically, quickly and consistently? Well, you use a software to be able to do that. I'm not going to spend any time other than understand this. The way that the software works, all you have to have is a name, an email address, and a phone number. It works on both text messaging to allow them to start the review process from their mobile phone as well as email. The system, once we upload your closed loan list or closed transaction list, all of the clients you've served to start out with, it automatically sends a series or an autoresponder of 3 requests for review. If they decide to actually give the review at any point, then it stops asking. If they opt out at any time, it stops asking. So it's very easy for them to manage. It walks them through a process. And again, I have a whole bunch of screenshots on how this works, but it's a very simple process through an app on their phone. They can also do it online through a website that looks exactly the same. Clicking buttons, there's a few different ways you can set up to ask for the reviews. And then if it's a positive review, here's what's important. They can then share that out to the other major review sites like Google and Facebook and Zillow and any other tools that you want to include can create links where they can go and share the information to all those as well. But here's the key, guys, is if it happens to be a negative review, and I'm going to get to this part here, this is just showing all these third-party tools, how it's able to be easily just shared with a click of a button to those services so that it takes them less time to share a positive review. What I want to make a real clear point, though, is if it's anything less than the threshold you choose, we recommend 4-star or above, then a negative response would actually not go to the same thank you page. It would not encourage them to share that information anywhere. It would say, thank you for letting us know of the issue. We'll get right on that and get back to you. And then it automatically and instantly emails you to let you know that there's an issue, a possibility you could get a negative review if they were left to their own devices. And then you can pick up the phone, handle that issue if it's possible to handle, and possibly avert any negative information that could really damage your business and online reputation. So really key
Michael,
point.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I love that part of this thing, and I hope people got that and got the distinction there, that the software automatically distinguishes between good and bad reviews and allows you to deal with the bad reviews without publishing, but yet they vented. That's just an incredible idea and software that I love the way that works, and that's really a great benefit.
Thanks for taking a second to emphasize. Again, a lot of online reputation management is preventing negative information. It's impossible. I shouldn't say impossible. It's virtually impossible to remove a negative review, even if it's not valid, through a third-party service. It absolutely is virtually impossible. You can't even pay money to get a negative review removed if someone's done that through their own account on a service like Yelp or on a service like Zillow or on a service like Google or Facebook reviews. Once the negative is out in the wild, you can't get it back. So having a proactive service in place where you're asking for feedback right away, lots of times gives a period, like Johnny said, gives a person a chance to vent, to get out the negative, get out what they feel was a problem. And if you're proactive and handle that right away, many times you can solve the problem, at least to a degree that they'll feel like they got it taken care of, where they don't feel like they have to go out and distribute that information all over the place. You can't control. Again,
and to even take that one step further, I have had again, we try to run we want 100% customer satisfaction, but you can't always do that. You can't please everyone. And we have had a situation in the past where we've had a client that was extremely upset was almost, ridiculously upset at something that I felt wasn't really our fault, but it didn't matter. To the customer, it was. So we handled that situation. We talked to him and turned that extremely negative customer, not just to avoid having a negative, turned them into a raving review and gave us a 5-star review because of the way we handled the situation. And that's the thing we do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So again, just being proactive, handling that stuff, prevent negative out there, make sure you maintain the positive, and then emphasize. Let me show you how that happens. With the software, you get a full dashboard. It monitors all those third-party ratings and review sites. It tells you kind of what your online status is in terms of that credibility, and gets that back to you. You also get, again, it pulls in from third-party sites as well, not just the reviews that come through our software. It displays those on a standalone page that's indexable, that has information about your business. So it's an additional indexable page, almost like a mini website that's focused only on ratings, reviews, and testimonials, and what your feedback rating is. And more importantly, though, on your own personal website, it can be installed and it will automatically display. Understand, it will only display the 4-star or better reviews based on the threshold, and it won't show anything less than that. So anytime someone goes to your site, they're only going to see the positive reviews, both from your software, which we're providing for you, and anything that's 4 or 5-star that's left on those third-party rating review sites like you see on your screen right now. So pretty intelligent software, easily able to share just through the click of a button to any of those social networks if you wanted to show people what it is that's going on with your ratings and reviews. Also, the one thing that's important, a 4 or 5-star review that comes in through our software will also automatically be shared to your Facebook business page as an image post in the timeline. I want to be clear here, it doesn't show up in the actual Facebook reviews. There is no possible way to automate getting reviews into those third-party review sites without someone logging in under their own account and making the review. That's how they keep it protected, so that bots aren't just putting out random reviews on all these third-party sites. So, but what we can do is we can automatically publish the good stuff directly into your Facebook newsfeed, so that all the people who are following you in your business have the opportunity to see that as a timeline update, an image update in your timeline. So again, automation is the key, guys. All you're doing is providing name, address, phone number. The system does all the work. Then just be proactive and respond to any potential negative reviews to protect your business. And you let all the positive reviews just build up and show the strength of your business, gives the clients the opportunity to also share that to those other third-party services. Here's the thing, guys. In our business, as a standalone product, again, we have packages that include this on a more robust package. But as a standalone product, we sell this for $97 a month, which is a great deal for an automated software product that does all of this stuff for your business. Figure it out, it's about $1,200 a year. Normally, when I sell this on an annual discount, $497 a year for upfront payment, if someone was, and I give a discount on that when I'm doing webinars on our product. But here's the deal that we did with Johnny. We said this is such an important thing to have. I'm going to skip through some of these slides, guys. Actually, okay, sorry, I ended up. Yeah, we'll just stick with this. The key, I thought I had one more slide in there, but the key is you guys get this free. So there's no additional cost. It's a $1,200 value that if you were going to buy it as a standalone monthly subscription, and you guys get it absolutely free with your subscription to the gold. I believe it's the gold program. Correct me if I'm wrong. The $997 program. You get this software for a full year at no additional cost. So when you sign up today, $997, you both get your first month of lead generation, all the stuff that's included there. You also get a $1,200 software product for ratings, reviews, and testimonials at no additional cost, and you'll keep that for as long as you have your subscription with Johnny's program at no additional cost as well. So that's the guy. That guys is a special bonus offer. Hope you get a lot out of the information, and if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah, and I just want to let you know, guys, we believe in providing value, and so that's why we decided to do this. We're giving you basically either consider how you look at it, $1,200 a month or $500 a year value, and we're basically paying that for you. We are paying that to Michael's company because we think this is worth it. We want to give that as a bonus to you for those that signed up for so you're getting a $500 discount from our normal cost. You're also getting another $1,200 discount or free of Michael's services to sign up for Gold, because we want to get you to take action. We want to get you to say, hey, stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop saying, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I should do it sometime. I know I need to do that. I know I don't have to do it. You're not doing it now. I can almost guarantee that none of you are spending several hours a day on LinkedIn and doing what we're doing that we can do for you that will generate 18,000 targeted requests and connections and getting people that are potential clients of yours to know about your business. I almost can guarantee no one's doing that because you just don't have the time to do it. And you couldn't do it as efficiently as we can because we know what we're doing. We have some software that helps us do that. That only takes a few hours instead of the much longer time it would take if you're doing it by hand, and you just probably couldn't do it. So again, we want to help you succeed, but you've got to take advantage of it. Some of you already have. We've already got some people, so we have very few spots left. We started with just a few, and we literally don't have many left. So if you're interested, please don't wait, don't hesitate. You need to take action. I don't know if we'll have any after the call is over, if we'll have any left. If so, we'll put you on the waiting list, and if somebody doesn't follow through, then we'll have it available. But we want you to take advantage of it and have a Merry Christmas. Consider this our Christmas gift to you. But we want you to succeed. We want 2019 to be the best year ever. I know some of you are just getting started, so we want to kick off your new business. You're kind of getting the beginning stages. We want you to get going strong, and there's nothing more important that you can spend your money on than marketing. You can do anything you want to spend your money on. Nothing's going to be more productive than marketing and get people in front of you. Then it's just a matter of you closing the deals. And in this type business, you don't have a lot of overhead or expenses. Marketing is really one of your only expenses. You've already spent, some of you, $50,000 or more to start this business. Don't skimp on the marketing and throw it away. And just to clarify, a lot of the of you did go through CCTG and maybe have some marketing efforts that you're getting from them. And that's great that it complements what we do. It is not the same thing. What we do is completely different than what they do. What they do is they post things for you, which is more of a passive activity. And it certainly helps you to become an expert and that kind of stuff, which is good. And it does offer some benefits. And we can offer some of that, but I'm not getting into that now. But what we're doing in this program is a active reaching out, and that's what we want to communicate. We are actually on your behalf. We are logging into your LinkedIn account every day. You have a dedicated rep that's doing that. We'll communicate with you. We'll continually get your feedback on who you're wanting to target that week, that month. And we're going to target those people. We'll reach out on your behalf. We'll make those connections. And then with the Gold program, we're going to follow up with those. Once they connect, we're going to say, that's great. We're trying to set appointments for you so that they come and they're setting appointments with you on your account. We'll set up a calendar software for you that we're setting up that, as well as, encouraging you to reach back out to them, just so you are having, now again, work the numbers. 18,000 is a ton of people knowing about yours. I don't want to imply that you're going to have 18,000 clients. That's not the case. You're going to have 18,000 reach outs. A certain percentage of those will connect with you. A certain percentage of those will reconnect even further. And a certain percentage of those will actually set up appointments and actually do deals. But 18,000 is a great funnel to start with you only need a few deals. Think about the average commission that you're earning when you close a deal. You only need a few deals to close to make this not only worthwhile, but to generate income for you. So again, we encourage you to do it. We've already got some signups. And so there's not too many spots left. So I would encourage you. I don't know how much longer they'll be available. And again, we're not going to have this open once they fill up. We'll fulfill those. We'll do our best to give them the absolute best service we can. And then at some point, we may open it back up as we, can hire and train more people to do it. Again, this is a service that we provide because we want to help people. And I'm excited about helping you guys and having a great year. If there's any questions about Michael, maybe you put up there again